Yeah, Uchita, go ahead and start. Yeah,
Can you see the screen?
it's coming. Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe let everyone just introduce themselves first, then you can start with. So Soumya, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, I am Soumya and I have pursued my graduation from Delhi University in BA Honours Psychology. And I'm looking forward to join the BEd MEd integrated program in TIS Mumbai.
Okay,
That's
so Soumya, today's seminar is not about B.Ed M.Ed.
okay, ma'am.
Tomorrow is B.Ed M.Ed. So basically, today what we are going to talk about is only MA in Education and Technology.
All right.
And since you already have a 3-year bachelor's degree, you do not qualify to apply for this MA in Education Technology.
Okay, ma'am.
So this MA in Education Technology is a 1-year master's, or a part-time you can do it for 2 years. But this requires a master's degree, that you already have another master's degree, or you have a 4-year bachelor's degree. But if
All
you have
right.
a 3-year bachelor degree, then you can't apply for this master's.
Okay.
So maybe you can stay back if you want, but B.Ed M.Ed will happen only tomorrow.
All right.
Huh? Tenzin, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Hi, I'm Tanzin. I'm working in Hyderabad right now as an IB facilitator. Um, I have 5 years of work experience, BSc, MSc, PG Diploma in International Education. Right now, what I'm looking forward is that for that part-time course, like ma'am, what you mentioned, for 2 years, because as a working person, 1 year full-time is looks difficult at the moment. So I want to know more on the admission procedure, expectations, and all. Thank you.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Tenzin. Yeah. Balram? Hello, Balram. Balram, can you hear us? Balram Vishwakarma. Can you please unmute yourself and introduce yourself, Balram? Yeah.
Hello,
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, Balram.
am I audible?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Actually, my system is not working properly. That's why there's some glitch. Myself, Balram Shukarma. I'm working as a data analyst currently, but in the past 2 years, I worked in the education sector. That's why I want to explore my, uh, you know, I want to work in the development sector actually.
Okay.
That's why I want to join this.
What have you done? What education have you done so far?
I have completed my master's in commerce, and after
Okay.
that, I pursued data analytics
Okay.
certification, and after that, I'm working in a data analyst. Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Thanks, Balram. Yeah. I'm Amina Charania. I'm a faculty at Center of Excellence in Teacher Education. And I teach in multiple programs. And I'm also coordinating this MA in Education and Technology program. Yeah. Uchita and Bhairavi, would you like to introduce yourself?
Bhairavi, do you want to go first?
Sure. Hi everyone, I'm Bhairavi. I'm the learning designer for the Masters in Education and Technology program.
Hello everyone. I'm Uchita, and I'm working at the center as a research consultant, and I'm the student coordinator of this program. So you'll probably see my face the most in this program. Um, Diving into just a little bit of what this session is going to be covering. We're going to talk a little bit about the university and our center, which is the Center of Excellence in Teacher Education. And we'll also give you an overview of what is covered as part of the MA in Education and Technology program. So it is designed to be a 1-year program, but it can be taken in the part-time mode over a span of 2 years. And we'll explain how that process works. And also the admission process via CUET. So I'm sure you've heard about the Tata Institute of Social Sciences. We've been offering teaching programs and professional development programs and anchoring research since the 1930s. And we're one of the premier social science institutes. We're known for our academic excellence in terms of professional development, education, and research in the space of social sciences. The university also anchors a lot of field action projects. So we're not just doing research, we're also implementing and constantly generating a lot of knowledge. TIS also collaborates nationally and at state level for policy, for research, for professional development. And we also host a number of teaching programs. So there's a vibrant campus life and academic support as well. Looking more specifically at the center that hosts the MA in Education and Technology program, the center was designed to be a center that promotes innovation and ideas in the space of education. We've hosted a large number of field action projects and research projects, and a lot of them centered on technology in education. And we also have a number of short-term as well as long-term programs in the space of education and professional development for educators. So looking at the MA in Education and Technology program, it's a flexible delivery program. There is a certain online component to it, as well as a certain face-to-face component where you get to experience the campus life of TIS. You can choose to complete the program in 1 year in the full-time mode, but you can also cover it over a span of 2 years. The program aims to build critical knowledge in pedagogies and equitable perspectives in the space of education technology. We want practice and research to be meshed in to create a better space. So what's unique about this program is you're going to be learning not just from leading faculty at TIS, but also from a lot of working professionals and leaders from their industry. We try and cover a range of different courses through the program. So you will look at a certain component of purely education foundation courses, which helps build the educational mindset. But then we also go into more of the technology space with things like education technology policy and the private corporate perspective coming in through courses like product management. So one of the questions that has come up very often is why do a master's in education and technology at TIS? So the Center of Excellence in Teacher Education has over 7 years of experience of researching and implementing field action projects, research projects, teacher professional development focused on technology. We've done a lot of work on the dissemination and knowledge creation during the COVID-19 pandemic. And there needs to be a critical understanding of the mesh of education and technology, which is what makes us one of the unique places offering this course. Just to give you a background of how extensive our work is, not just in India, but also internationally. And all this work and research that we're doing directly feeds into what is taught as part of the courses. So the courses are extremely relevant and with a lot of case-based examples that can be used for learning. Just an overview of the different kinds of work we've done, specifically in the space of education technology over the years. Okay, so coming back more to the unique features of this particular MA in education and technology, we have academic experts, industry experts, practitioners, teachers from the field coming in who will teach the program. Our curriculum is extremely relevant because all the current research work is what feeds into it. In addition, towards the end of the master's program, instead of doing what you would consider a traditional master's research dissertation, this program has what we like to call a capstone project. So it gives you the space to design or create a system for management or do research, depending on what you find interesting. So looking at the breakup of courses, you do about 12 credits of core educational courses, which are going to help you build the educational perspective. We do 16 credits of education technology courses, which help you get an understanding of all the different perspectives in education technology as well. Then we have roughly 6 credits of what we call elective or specialization courses. So you get to pick from a bucket of courses which ones you'd like to take. You have 6 credits for your capstone project, which is an original piece of work that you will create at the end of your program. And we have 2 credits of seminars wherein we bring in national and international experts to create that network of practitioners and expose the learners to all the work that's happening in the world. This is just a more in-depth overview of what kind of courses fit into which bucket. I apologize about the heading of this slide, but this is just a glimpse of the kind of seminars we've had over the last 2 years of our program. We've had collaborations with universities like MIT, the Open University, SEMCA, with their experts coming in and engaging with our learners. So to give you an idea of what a capstone project could be like, it's something that would fit into the work you're already doing or the work that you want to do. It could either be a traditional research that you choose to undertake, or it could be you could take a design track and go down the line of creating an artifact that is original to your context. And your field sites could be anything from K-12 schooling or early childhood schooling or adult education, anything. So another important question is what happens after the program. So there are a lot of career opportunities that would open up for you in the spaces of teaching and learning, management in terms of product management or program management. Learning design is another attractive field where you could get into curriculum design or learning environment design. Of course, research is also an option if you do want to go ahead and do your further studies. This program would fit that criteria as well. And any other space in terms of social entrepreneurship would also benefit from a course like this. So as I mentioned earlier, this program has a flexible delivery model. So you will be required to come to the TIS campus for 50 days from the beginning of your program to the end of your program, which could be split over the 1 year or the 2 years that you're taking the course. But even when you're engaging with us through the online component, there are a lot of benefits available to you as students of TIS. There's a large community of students and practitioners. You also have access to things like the TIS library and all the other events happening on campus. As we were mentioning earlier, being a 1 year full-time program, the eligibility criteria is you need to have either a 4-year undergrad degree or a 3-year undergrad degree and a master's in any discipline to be eligible to enroll in this program. So going into the TIS admission process, you do have to apply for the CUET. And we'll just give you the project code. So you have to apply for CUET and then go to the TIS website and upload your and apply for the MA in Education and Technology program.
There are no interviews this year. So this time, the admission process is a little different. You have to first apply for CUET. The deadline for CUET is a Central University Examination test. Now that test, you have to use a different portal and apply for CUET. The closing date for application for CUET is February 1st or February 2nd. So if you do not apply for CUET, you will not be able to apply for any master's program at TIS. So first you have to register for CUET. That is very important. Now, each master's program have different tests that you can take for CUET. For this program, MA in Education Technology, you have 3 options. Uchita, can you show the 3 options?
I'm just putting them on the chat box.
These are the 3 tests. You can take any of these 3 tests in CUET. Can you just name those tests also? One of the tests is CPQ something, CQP. We should have all the,
COQP11.
yeah, that is a general test. So you can take a general test. This general test mostly, it's not very difficult, but it's like 12th standard kind of a grade level test where it will check your abstract reasoning, a little bit of general knowledge, mathematics, and something to do with basic computers, not so much in details. So COQP11, is it COQP? Are you sure?
Yes, it's COQP.
COQP11 is the general test. Now,
Yes.
if you don't want to take COQP11, then you can take COQP16 also, or you can take COQP9 for this program. Can you just quickly find out what the names of these tests are?
Yeah, just a minute.
Yeah. So you can take any of these 3. Once you register for it, then you have to appear for this test. I think this test, Bhairavi, these tests are online or you have to go and
Online.
These tests are online, but you have to go to a center to take this, right? You can't sit at home and take it, right? So you will be given a hall ticket, everything. So there is a portal that you have to apply for this COQP 1169, whatever test. When you give the test or when you register for this test, you will also be asked to basically tick mark any 2 to 3 programs that you would like to apply for. Now, if you have not marked for MAET, it's okay. You can even still apply if you have taken the right test. After you have taken the test, mostly I think the test happens in March. After you have taken the test, then you have to apply to TIS website for the MAET program. So you have to basically upload your documents, your degree, and you will also have to give this COQP11. But if you have already, if you have during registration, if you have already selected TIS, your marks will automatically go to TIS. Then this time there are no interviews for master's program, at least most of the master's program. So that's it. You take this test and then you upload all the documents and register your admission to TIS website. This time there are no interviews. So your admission will solely be based on your merits of your marks and COQP marks and whatever your academics. There are no interviews. This is a big change that TIS has taken this year. No interviews. Right? So this is like a two-level process for admissions at TIS. Any questions? Let's just pause here. Let's take a few questions. So Soumya, if you are planning to do B.Ed MAET, then you can also take COQP11 general paper, or you can take COQP16 education. But if you are taking MAET, then you have three options. You can also take COQP09. I think that is more for like people who have done engineering. So it's more like a technology based. So we will just pause here and take some questions because you may have some questions on the entrance.
Ma'am, may I ask a question?
Sure.
Yeah, so my name is Vrunda, and I was listening to the preconditions for taking admission. I have graduated long back. Now I'm 46 years old. So the conditions say that you have to do a 4-year graduation course or graduation plus some PG degree and then take admission to this course. So I have just done my graduation and then I have done 1 year of B.Ed. So am I eligible for this course?
Yeah, B.Ed is eligible.
Oh, great.
Because we are counting B.Ed as a professional degree. Yeah.
Okay. So, and ma'am, like when is tentatively this course going to start?
So it will start with all other TIS programs, which will be mostly July or August 2025
Okay, ma'am.
this year.
And like I'm working, so will it be feasible enough for me? Because
So this is the program only for working professionals. Most of our students are working. You have two options. You can either take it. Are you working full time?
yes, ma'am.
Then this program, it's better that you take this program as part time.
Okay.
So you have to cover the same course, which is for 1 year, but you have to complete it in 2 years.
2 years, no problem.
Yeah.
And ma'am,
So,
could you also brief us about the fee structure?
yeah, I think, Uchita, do you have the fee structure? I'll just, let me share. So, can you just let me share? So the free, otherwise I don't need to go into too much details, but your fees will be divided into the number of years you are taking. It's 3.88 lakhs.
Sorry, ma'am, could you please repeat?
I'm just putting it here, or let me share the screen. Um, hmm. So this is the fee structure of this program. So if you are taking it in 1 year, then semester 1 fees, the total is 2.04 lakhs. And second is second semester. But if you take it in 2 years, then first year your fees is this and second year your fees. Total fees, it doesn't matter whether you are taking full-time or part-time. The total fees is 3.88 lakhs.
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, you can pay over 2 years. Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions at this point?
Hi, ma'am. Thank you for clarifying the fee structure because that was also my doubt. I can
Mhm.
see in the website that usually it displayed 1 year and the breakdown to 2 semester, right? That was
Right.
nice. Um, so since being a master's degree, right, MA, I noticed that there's hardly any or limited component with respect to research. I can see only 6 credit dedicated for capstone because that also limits if I were to try for PhD example, okay, or like further because after master usually you go for PhD, right? Now,
Mhm.
okay, leaving that aside, I want to know, I don't know whether you will have data on this. How does a job placement looks like? Because after each profession, we will look for certain upgrade in our, skills, not just that, even on the field wise. So you have any data on people who graduate from this course, whether there's a
We
placement
have
issue?
very small batch size, and this is the third time that we are offering. So we have only one batch that has got out, and that batch has actually got after this program, this batch got promoted. I mean, some people got promoted after this degree. So we had one teacher who was actually a computer teacher, and then she really kind of promoted in an Ivy League school after this degree. One more person actually got placed in as a content designer, and now he's starting his own company, tech company. So our placements are 100% because mostly these are working professionals who want some kind of a career mobility. So we don't have anyone who is like without job after this program. But see, our batch size are small because it's quite a heavy program, and it's quite we have limited financial scholarships available, but mostly these are working professionals who take it. So placement is not a problem. Our, uh, our program is also taught by industry experts. So we have, for example, the product management head of Tata Classes who's teaching product management. We have the vice president of TCS, the other wing of TCS, who's actually teaching computational thinking, who also contributed to NEP for computational thinking. So we bring industry experts, and placement has not been a concern in this program. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah.
So I think what is critical right now, and because this also announced this admission very, very late this year. The problem is that people who really want to do this course, you can't do anything after February 2nd is gone. Because if you do not take CUET, then your chance to apply for this program or any of the master's program in this is lost. Then you have to wait for one more year. So that is a critical period. So what we are suggesting is that if you're still thinking, and you can think after getting registered for CUET, and then you will have time later on, to appear for CUET and then apply. The best part, maybe for many students, there is no interview this time because that is also a that used to be a very cumbersome process earlier on. Not only for this program, all programs at TIS, they have removed interview except for some management programs, HR and management programs. Yes. So any more questions we can take? Bhairavi, can you give an email ID where they can always send their queries and we can even take it later?
I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah. Yeah. There are any more questions we can take? Otherwise, you can just approach us or write to us even later. Thank you. We have limited scholarships, and after you pay your first semester fees, these forms of scholarships are floated around. This year, we have given scholarship to 2 people, but it is not based on merit, it is based on financial need of the students. Yeah, so this is the,
I've just put it.
okay, thanks, Uchita. Yeah.
You can write to either of the two IDs if you have any query.
Yeah.
Sure. Thank you. Bye. Soumya, you can come tomorrow for B.Ed MAET. Just check for registration for tomorrow.
All right, ma'am. So the webinar for MA in education and B.Ed is yet to happen, right?
Yeah, that is a full-time